Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Real Hazardous. Today we're at the rigging table, or some people call it the kitchen table, but we're using it for rigging right now. And one topic I'd like to go over real quick is using how to kind of check store-bought rigs. This is a rig I really like using. It's a rattle jet, not sponsored, just caught a lot of fish on it. And oftentimes I will use this right as it comes, right outside the box. There are times where I'll make a stealth rig and I'll maybe put fluoro leader or a different hook or do some other modifications, which we can get into later. But a lot of times you can use these rigs standard as they come. There are a lot of great rigs like that. You can just pop them off, put it on your line, you're good to go. But without any major modification, there are a few things you want to check, which I'll go over now. So we're going to pop this bad boy out of the box. It's a nice, pretty rattle jet. Has not been beat up yet by fishies. Nice, clean leader. Pretty cool. A lot of times the packaging will say, they'll have it like checked off on the back, what size mono and hooks and stuff. But I don't see it on this one. But a lot of different brands will do that sometimes. So what I'm going to check first is the crimps. This one is crimps, could have a knot tied on it. Whichever it is, you're going to want to check it out and make sure they're done well. I've seen it a couple times, not often, but I've seen it where, I guess they got a little sloppy, or whoever was making the rig just wasn't paying attention, and it's not crimped on very well. And when you're fighting a fish, it could break off and you'll lose the fish, and you don't want to do that. Feel it, no cuts in it, that's good. And I do the same inspection after I catch a fish, like every time, because the fish could damage it. They're kind of abrasive over time, especially right here. If certain fish like tuna and mahi, they don't have sharp teeth, but they can still braid it. You'll feel it get kind of rough, stuff like that. So this one looks pretty good. And you can kind of do a simple test of just pull it. This isn't a huge lure, so you're not going to have a ton of pressure on it, so you can kind of pull it and make sure it's holding tight. Same thing over here. You can check it out, tie this off, give it a good pull. If you need to, you can always take your crimps and just crimp it down a little more. You really don't have to, but this one looks pretty good, but better to be safe than sorry. So if I give a little pressure, good squeeze, okay. Looks good. Same thing on this side. Give it a little test. Okay, a little more pressure, but it's pretty good, so that's good. Now, the only thing that I would do is I like to check the hook. Even if it's not rigged, if I'm just buying hooks to rig later, I always like to check them and make sure they are super sharp. And I'll even sharpen them a bit. Because a lot of times, especially with cheaper hooks, I say cheaper, normal hooks, you can sharpen them a little more. I know there's some ultra expensive hooks that are chemical sharpened, laser sharpened. You probably don't need to adjust those, but if you're getting just general run-of-the-mill hooks, you could touch them up either with a little grinder or just a little stone, make them a little sharper. But I find the grinder is faster. Remember to use all safety glasses, be careful. It's a fast spinning thing. You can get hurt on a grinder if you don't know how to use it. But this gives it, a really nice edge. That is sharp right there. Just that little extra thing makes a difference. You really want to set the hook. You don't want to miss out. Better play it safe than sorry. Have everything you can control, like your tackle, in the best shape possible. So that's all there is to that. When I'm checking store-bought rigs, it's pretty simple. Pop them out, check the knots, the crimps, the line, and the hook for sharpness. check it after you get fish hits throughout the day. This lure's done really well. I've used it as is, catching tuna off of Jacksonville, tuna in the Keys, caught mahi. I've caught a good variety, but all store-bought jigs, you can go through the same process. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I'll help you out as best we can. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.